Well, good Wednesday morning to you. Trucker Todd here, and time for another video. All right, folks, it was just over a month ago that I was sitting in a call center not driving a truck at all. How was I able to go from that to buying my own truck again and being back out here as a true owner-operator, negotiating my own rates, picking my own loads, and in a finance truck, not a lease purchase truck? I'm going to tell you the crazy story of how all that happened. But before I do, you guys give me a thumbs up. Share this video on your social media platforms and make sure you're subscribed so that you receive notifications when future videos come out. There's a lot of great stuff coming up and you don't want to miss those notifications. I'm going to be going on another person's live stream soon and being kind of interviewed and kind of sitting through one of their shows. I don't do that kind of thing very often, so you won't want to miss it. Stay tuned for notifications and details about when that happens. All right, folks, let's cue up the music and I'll tell you the story. Here we go.
And this is why I do this, why I'm out here, why I keep that hammer down, flying by these road signs with home on my mind, with these wheels turning round. For my family and for my kids, for this life I wanna live. And this is why I do this.
Alrighty, we're back. So basically what happened when I made the decision that I was going to drive again, I started researching companies. And initially, it was a little difficult. There were some companies that were reluctant, let's say, because of my medical history, things like that. And so I got kind of panicked. And at one point, I thought I might not be able to come back for a while. There was some false information on one of my reports, and I had to get that fixed. And so that ended up being what was causing the problem. But anyway, during that time when I was going through that, I started doing what they call networking, reaching out to people that I knew, seeing if anybody knew of any opportunities or had any opportunities with their company. Among the places that I called was other YouTubers, other trucking companies that I knew the CEOs there, things like that. And it just so happens that one of the YouTubers I called and asked him, I said, hey, let's just call him John. Hey, John, that's short for John Doe, by the way, not resemblant of the guy's name or anything. I said, I know you got a few trucks. I was just wondering if you have any openings over there right now. I'm looking to get back into trucking. I said, ideally, I wanted to work for Scott, but the truck I had with Scott burnt down. And man, I really need to find something. He said, Todd, I don't have anything right now. And this was all done through email, by the way. It wasn't an actual phone conversation. He said, I don't actually have anything right now, but I've got a driver that's not working out. I may have something soon. I'll keep you in mind. I said, all right, I appreciate that, John Doe, that is. And so a couple weeks went by. I never heard from John Doe, and I thought, he either worked things out with the driver or he didn't want to bring me on for whatever reason. And so I ended up going to B&Z, and we all know how that worked out. I did have another company, but it was one of those Chicago companies that I'm not a big fan of. As I said, things got pretty desperate. I looked at BLC, which is a small company in Springfield that pulls a lot of prime freight, similar to what Wilson Logistics did. And I ultimately decided that their fixed expenses was a lot higher than what I wanted to pay. And so I told BLC, thanks, but no thanks, and ended up going to B&Z. Now, fast forward a little bit. I get to B&Z, and first couple of weeks, first 2 or 3 weeks are great. They're keeping me busy. I'm making money. And then there starts to be some cracks in the armor, let's say. And, freight starts slowing down. Communication's awful with dispatch. And John Doe sees my video, and he makes a phone call because he just got rid of his driver. And he talks to another YouTuber I knew, not real well, but I'd met him once. We had had dinner together. We had actually worked on a trailer together. And he says, "Hey, I got this empty truck, and and of course this story, some of this I wasn't on the phone call for that phone call, so I'm telling you as it was told to me. It could vary slightly, but these are the facts as I recall them and as they were told to me." So he calls this other YouTuber, and he says, "Hey, I'm thinking about selling this truck that just got vacated to Trucker Todd. I know you met him once. What'd you think about him?" And this other YouTuber said, "I only met him once. Seems like a pretty good old guy." He said, "But I'm really good friends with Scott, which is SRO Logistics, which is who Todd would like to work with. We all know it." And so they both did a three-way call with Scott and talked about me. And I don't know the details of that conversation. I'm going to assume it went well. And the following day, Scott calls me, and he says, "Hey, I got something I want to run by you, see what you think about it." And I said, "Okay." And he basically told me the story I'm telling you. And so before I continue with this story, I want to stress the importance of this is why it's good to treat companies right. It's why it's right to treat them right even if they treat you wrong. For example, B&Z Logistics, I took their truck back to them, cleaned out, told them where the keys were, told them where the fuel card was. I didn't drop it at some truck stop somewhere and say, "Good luck to y'all, I hope you can find it." I didn't drop it under a load and say, "I don't care, it's not my customer, figure out how to deliver it." I did as close as I could to return things without leaving them in a bad situation or feeling like that they were victimized by me in any way. And I've often said that you got to be careful who you hit while you're making those vertical moves up the ladder, because you never know when you're going to see them again coming back down the ladder. This is one of those cases. Because I had been nice to all of the people in that group and not burned any of them, they were wanting to work with me. Scott really wanted to, because that other truck burnt down. He felt terrible that I had quit my job over it at AT&T and then the truck not be available. And so he was glad to extend this olive branch. And so I called John Doe and we discussed the deal. John Doe wanted me to have a warranty on the truck, which I wanted a warranty. You guys know how important that is to me to have a warranty on the truck. And so he gave me several options of warranty companies. I looked at the warranties and selected the one I want with the options I wanted, and it was added to the finance. And so I got the truck at a ridiculously good deal. The second best deal I've ever got. The best deal, of course, was when I got that 2008 Volvo for $5,000. That was the best deal I ever got. This one was obviously more than $5,000, but it was definitely a good deal. And then now it's got a warranty on it, and so I'm really excited. It is a 2019. It did have 570 some odd thousand miles on it when I got it. It still needed some cleaning. It still needs some things like that. It came with a lot of stuff. I'm sorting through what's good, what's not good, what's to keep, what's to get rid of. But definitely a good deal. I'm very happy with it. As we speak, I'm delivering, well, as you're watching this video, I'm delivering my first load with this truck. I drove it from St. Louis, Missouri down to Gulfport, and then from Gulfport over to Atlanta, where I picked up my trailer. I've got a 2020 Hyundai trailer. It's also really nice. When it's not raining and cold, I might get out and shoot some video footage of it and let you see it. But yeah, just everything's going great. I'm super excited. And so basically, I'm not financed through a bank. I'm financed through an individual. It's a 2-year term. I'm not going to discuss price of the truck or payments because all it does is start chaos and drama. But I can tell you that it's a deal I'm happy with. And if I'm happy with it, you should be happy for me. And just like if you made a deal and you were happy with it, I'd be happy for you. And so that's what I did. That's the direction I'm going. I'm now back at SRO Logistics. I'm now negotiating my own rates, picking my own loads, and enjoying the freedom that I had pre-stroke. And I think you can tell I look happier. I feel better. I'm a lot less stressed. I still have my moments. The other day I was venting to Scott about brokers and things like that, and he started laughing. I'm like, what? And he said, you know, this is what you say your favorite part of all of this is. He's like, it's not the driving you enjoy, it's the negotiating and the dealing with brokers and things like that. And then I started laughing. I was like, you know what, you're right. It's funny when I'm griping about the part I like most. And so I'm feeling really fortunate, really blessed. I'm really happy right now. I hope you're feeling fortunate and blessed doing what you're doing. I hope you're happy as well. And I hope you're happy for me. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up because I got to get back to work. But I just wanted to share with you this really cool story of how I got this truck. And at this time, none of the involved parties want to be acknowledged or publicly thanked. That may change at some point, and if they give me permission, I would love to tell you who was behind all of this and all the great things they've done for me. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Y'all have a great day, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.